Good, happy Saturday morning, October 13, 2018. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. 13 Dartmouth organizations face hazing allegations. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Charisse LeClaire.
The look of the indoors has found its way out.
Allegations of people being forced to drink alcohol and reports of sexually inappropriate behavior, among other things, will now be investigated at Dartmouth College. School officials saying in a statement they learned of the allegations through a variety of sources and are taking them seriously. Interviews will now be conducted at 3 sororities and co-ed Greek houses, 5 fraternities, 3 athletic teams, a student organization, and a program that performs songs and dances for prospective students in the spring. Office of Greek Life Director Brian Joyce tells News 9 he met with Greek leaders on Thursday afternoon to inform them of the investigation. Students on campus said while applying to colleges, hazing was something they worried about.
It was definitely something I considered because I've read a lot of bad things about it.
But most students we spoke with had not heard about the investigation yet and were surprised to hear of the allegations, especially those involved in on-campus activities.
I definitely think it's something that all students might worry about, but coming to Dartmouth and joining teams and stuff, I haven't experienced anything bad at all. Shows that the college cares about its students and makes sure that their safety is a priority.
I haven't seen anything bad happen so far, so I'm not too worried about it.
In a statement, college officials say they are heartened by those who have come forward. Right now, none of the organizations in question are placed under any restrictions as the investigation begins, but disciplinary measures could be taken depending on what the investigation uncovers. And Dartmouth College tells us they have informed the Hanover Police Department about these allegations. In Hanover, I'm Charisse LeClaire, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Massachusetts newlywed missing in Costa Rica. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Confronted with divorce? Contact Cervisi and Associates. I've been protecting consumers for years, and so has the Cervisi team. They have a proven track record. Susan, we are passionate advocates, and we protect our clients' legal rights during a divorce.
Just got married, and this was their honeymoon that they, spent all this money on, and now a few days into it, and this happens.
It was only days ago when Hudson's Josh Byrne was kissing his new bride. Josh and Bianca walking down the aisle on a farm in New Hampshire, surrounded by family and friends. A day to remember, a day filled with happiness. The newlyweds then jetting off to Costa Rica's western coast for their honeymoon, a dream vacation. But now, days later, Josh is missing.
There was a sort of like a flash flood. They were trying to go across the bridge. Their car got swept into the river. They both got out. They were both trying to make their way to the shore, but Josh got swept away while Bianca made it across. I'm praying that Josh is, hugging a tree, and we can find him and get him back home.
Friends and family sickened with worry, along with his wife. Josh's father and brother flying into the country as we speak to start searching, as his loved ones hold out hope here at home that the 30-year-old will be found safe and sound.
These two people are the nicest two people you ever want to meet. It's been Very upsetting.
We need them to come home safe.
The family says they're headed down to Costa Rica because they haven't been able to get a lot of help locally. So now they're offering a $5,000 reward. They're also hoping that their local congresswoman or senators can give them some sort of hand in this search. And of course, they are praying for Josh's safe return. In Hudson, Kelly O'Hara, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And our thoughts and prayers are with the newlyweds family members. Moody responds to sex discrimination allegations printed in New York Times. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine.
The Landing at Cape Elizabeth, living your life meaningfully in the comfort of your home. Permanent and respite stays available with award-winning quality care. Ask us about a Maine Bridge to Home respite care in an assisted living setting. Call The Landing at Cape Elizabeth today.
Republican gubernatorial nominee Sean Moody is responding to allegations that he fired a woman from his auto body repair shop because she had a baby.
The New York Times published an article about the more than decade-old claim today. WMTW News 8's political reporter Paul Merrill joins us now live from Gorham to tell us what Moody is saying now. Paul.
Tracy and Steve, Sean Moody cannot say much about the details of this claim because there is a confidentiality agreement that he signed, but he points out that there was no lawsuit. The claim was withdrawn after his insurance company paid a settlement to the woman making these allegations. Also, this is the one complaint filed with the Maine Human Rights Commission regarding Moody's Collision Center since Sean Moody founded the business 41 years ago. The Republican gubernatorial nominee stood this afternoon outside his business with his wife, his children, and his employees to address the claim published in the New York Times today. Moody says the only reason anyone is ever fired from his business is for poor job performance. Moody's Collision Centers employs almost 200 people, 25 of whom are female. Some of those women defended their boss's reputation here in Gorham this afternoon.
It's pretty upsetting. I know all of us who work here in the company as women, as moms, we stand behind Sean and our company 150%.
And I think the Maine people understand what's going on here. We have a credible, reputable person, business, and company that's being attacked for political benefit and gain. It's not right.
We've got to tell you, this story has been making the rounds in Maine politics for about 6 months now, since before the Republican primary. We knew about the claim. We had the Maine Human Rights Commission documentation. We did reach out to the woman who was making the allegation, the former co-worker who made the complaint. We contacted her by email a little bit more than a month ago. She did not want to speak one bit about what she says happened back in 2006. Live in Gorham tonight, Paul Merrill, WMTW News 8.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Last night on 2020 ABC, Melania Trump exclusive interview was on last night on ABC 2020. I want to show them that I don't care. Melania details life in the White House. Let's watch part of the video.
Needs clothing to wear, and we discovered we can really help people with disabilities just by doing a few things differently with our Cat and Jack clothing. The really great part about working on this type of product is meeting the families.
I just hugged her. I just had to hug her and tell her how important this is. Thanks to the Cat and Jack adaptive line, Bentley just gets to be a kid for once.
In Washington, people really don't know her like they know most first ladies. Melania Trump is the most private first lady we've seen in the modern era.
She's one of the most recognizable faces in the world, a stylish first lady, a devoted mother. But beyond that, Melania Trump remains, for many Americans, an enigma.
She's a person of few words.
She has that quality of mystery, a little bit of distance, almost regal.
Once a private woman, now the most deeply personal details of her life on full display.
Finish this sentence for me. Melania Trump is...
Cool, that's so many stuff. A mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister, a friend, the First Lady of the United States, caring, compassionate, strong, independent, very detail-oriented, and staying true to herself.
We set off with Melania Trump on her first solo trip on the world stage. For the next hour, the ground rules will be simple. No topic is off limits. This scenic wildlife preserve in Kenya serving as the backdrop for her first extensive sit-down since becoming First Lady.
Mrs. Trump, first off, when you look at this view out here in beautiful Kenya, is this one of the best parts about being First Lady?
It's one of the best parts.
Okay, and there you go on some of the video and episode of 2020. If you want to watch the full episode, we will be sure to share a link with you from the episode on the Riley King Network Facebook page. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday, everyone, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye.